I'm Rosy.
And I'm Gianna.
And welcome back to our teaching channel.
Today our focus of explicit instruction is on scaffolding. Scaffolding provides support systems and strategies to help students. They're temporary supports and focus on breaking down skills. According to Dobler et al., as students become more independent in their learning, the scaffolding is gradually withdrawn. Scaffolding helps students systematically move towards independent use of the skill, according to Archer and Hughes. Calculators are an example of scaffolding because they can support students, solve problems, and then it can be taken away when they're okay without it.
According to Dobler et al., in their 2012 article titled Enhancing Core Mathematics Instructions for Students at Risk for Mathematic Disabilities, instructional scaffolding is support that teachers provide to facilitate students' development of math proficiency. As students become more independent in their learning, the scaffolding is gradually withdrawn.
From Explicit Instruction, Effective and Efficient Teaching, Archer and Hughes state, scaffolding addresses several areas of learning difficulty exhibited by many students, especially those with disabilities, including attention problems, working memory deficits, and poorly organized knowledge.
Gradual release of responsibility, also known as I do, we do, you do, is a scaffolding technique that many teachers use in the classroom. Teachers start the lesson by demonstrating what the students are supposed to do. We do is when teachers and students complete the task together, and you do moves on to students doing it on their own. When modeling, teachers should teach in small steps, according to Archer and Hughes. The goal of guided practice is teachers model so that students can try it on their own.
So overall, this is the gradual release of responsibility. Again, in I do, teacher models, the class should be engaged and they're given many opportunities to respond. In the we do, the teachers and student work in collaboration. There can also be small group work, peer work in pairs, and guided practice. The end goal is for you do, and that's individual work. Here's an example of one of us teaching and doing the I do model.
Okay, we're going to do one more example of a one-step problem that we did last week. In this one, we have multiplication instead of addition like our last one. So because 3 is multiplied by x, we know the inverse is divide, so we're going to divide both sides by 3. What we do to one side, we always do to the other side. The 3's cancel, we bring down the x, and 15 divided by 3 is 5. So x is 5. Now remember that we can plug this back into our original equation here. So if we have 3, which is here, times 5 from what we said x is, we're plugging it in right there, and 3 times 5 is 15. So we know that our answer is right.
This is an example of what we do looks like in the classroom.
How do you do that?
Divide each side by 6.
Divide each side by 6. Good job. And then this,
Cancels out.
because 6 divided by 6 is 1. And then you're left with x equals
8.
8. Again, plug it right in. 6 times 8 is 48. So you know you did that one right.
So we're going to do the same thing here when we write it out. So we have 2x. We're just bringing that down. We subtracted 7 from both sides. So what is 15 minus 7?
8.
Good. So after we have this, who knows the inverse of multiplication?
Division.
Good. So we're going to divide each side by 2, and x is 4. Now remember, we can check this by plugging it back in. So we can do 2 times 4 plus 7 equals 15. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 plus 7 is 15. So that's how we check our work and know that we're right.
Collaboration is an important part of We Do. Students should have frequent opportunities to work together in pairs, small groups, and large groups. Classroom organization is important to provide easy ways to collaborate for students. This could be setting desks in small groups or circling desks for large group. McCluskey says to use flexible grouping. Here's an example of a you do model.
All right, so I want you guys to write this one on your whiteboard, and you're going to do this individually, and then we're going to hold them up and see what you guys get. This is a review from last week because remember it's one step. This is not a two-step equation yet. So remember you can use this chart if you need to remember your inverse operations. front. You can just hold up your whiteboard and do a quick check. Okay, thank you for sharing. You can put your whiteboards down.
Another method for scaffolding includes tactile methods, which could be graphic organizers, calculators, multiplication charts, manipulatives, checklists, and multiple different technologies. Here are some examples of what those could look like. We have calculators, checklists, fraction tiles, manipulatives, which could also be virtual or tactile, and a multiplication chart.
Something important to note about tactile methods of scaffolding is that some of these may be accommodations for students, but some can also just be used as scaffolding.
Explicit instructional methods help students with disabilities because it provides ways for diverse learners to access the content. Closely related to universal design for learning, explicit instruction is focused on support and intervention to help students in the best ways. Providing multi-tiered supports helps all students access the learning material in a way that's best for them.
Thanks for watching. Tune in for more videos on explicit instruction. Click the link below or go to our channel to watch the rest of the videos.